Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody or xCodeh. How's it going today? Hopefully everybody watching this video is having yourself a snazzy day. Let me know in the comments down below where you're watching the video from, inside or outside of the United States. Today's video is a story about one of the times that I got into a friend's car the day they got their license. Like the moment they were able to get out of school and drive for the very first time, and we got super baked and everything just went terribly. Before the video starts, I want to thank today's video sponsor, me. Alright, snazzysesh.com. If you guys are into HHC vapes, we also got some gummies. Dude, head over to snazzysesh.com. It's a company that I launched recently and feedback has been really good, so if you guys are into HHC and you want to get blasted, head over to snazzysesh.com. So this story took place when I think I was about a sophomore in high school. So the second year of high school, I was probably 15 or 16 years old, and I'd always buy weed from this one specific guy, and he'd always be around with his girl. And I gotta say, some of the most fun that I ever had in high school was just skipping school and going over to their house, because it was so close to the high school, like walking distance, and you could just go over there. We'd sit in their cool like stoner room, tapestries and posters all over the place. This was also the place where I did acid for the first time, and they had black lights illuminating the whole room and all the posters were glowing, and it was just the best atmosphere I could imagine to trip in. And it was also really chill to just blaze in during the day. We'd have It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on the TV like all day. They had a couple of really nice dogs, and they had a chihuahua that would always just curl up on my lap and fall asleep. It was a vibe. And my plug's girlfriend was in the same special ed program that I was in. I say special ed. Listen, I don't want to throw her under the bus here. All right, it was basically just like I'm always explaining how it wasn't really special ed, but it was just like extra help for kids who just didn't want to do that, didn't want to be there, didn't want to do work, never did homework, would always get in trouble. It was like the degens of the school. Just throw them all in one building, separate from the school, so it doesn't make the whole school look bad type of situation. We weren't stupid, okay? We could all do the work. We just didn't want to. And no hate to you if you're in special ed, man. Everybody has struggles in life, all right? So for like 2 or 3 weeks when we were in school, I would just be talking with her, and she was so excited. She was finally about to get her license. It was like a moment that she had been waiting for years. It was like the day had finally come. Let's hang out after school and drive around and get blasted. This was like a day that was like on the calendar. 16 reminders coming up. Listen, today's the day where she can finally drive around and we can have a good time. So right as school got out, like the moment school got out, she was speed walking over to her house, and I was following her, and we get into the car, and the person I used to get kush from, my plug at the time, he was like waiting for this. Like he prepared. He rolled like 3 joints, had a bowl packed. He's already in the car waiting for us. And I remember as I got in, he's sparking the bowl, and she's just like, all right, I can't get too baked because I'm not supposed to be driving with anybody, especially not Cody because he's a minor. And I'm like, all right. Listen, I was in it for a good time back then. And listen, there was definitely some unnecessary risks I would take to have fun. But honestly, I trusted her judgment. I trusted her driving and everything. Listen, first day getting the license, I don't know. I guess where I live, like when you get your license, it might have even been a permit, to be honest with you. I really don't remember if it was a permit or a license, but I knew that this was like the first day that she could drive. I think she was supposed to be with either a parent or an adult that had their license for a couple years and not driving with minors. But listen, all right, listen. On top of it, my town is just full of cops. There's probably 30 police officers in my small town, and 95% of the time they have nothing to do, so they will pull you over for anything. Like my whole town, whenever we'd go on burn rides, it was a complete go around the whole thing, man. Like don't even drive through there for blazing. Like we're leaving a trail of skunk, get the hell around my town, because literally all of the surrounding towns there's like no cops, but it's just like cop central where I used to live. So this was a period of time where I would just get blasted. All right, they're passing the bowl back to me while lighting the joint, and I'm just getting obliterated. I'm getting so baked that I forgot that I even went to school that day. You ever gotten so baked and at the end of the day you're just like, oh my gosh, I did so much today, and it's like so hard to even comprehend what you did in like the morning of that day. Let me know if you could relate to that in the comments. The one thing that I can really say, okay, I'm sorry, listen, I'm rambling a little bit. I'll get back to the story in just a second. The one thing that I could really say that would relates to what I just said of just like, holy crap, I did all of this in one day. Every time that I used to trip, like after school, I'd go over to my buddy's house. It was like the weekend, like a Friday night or something, and we'd trip, and it'd end up being like 1, 2 in the morning, and it would kind of start to fade away because we'd take it at like 5, 6 o'clock or something, and we would still be tripping in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning or something. But I just remember that feeling of just like, oh my God. Like we went to school today or like yesterday. We're like, holy crap. Like it's just that whole concept of like, it's a completely different realm in your head. Anyways, let me move on. So we're driving kind of on the outskirts of the town, not going directly through it because we're just clam bacon, dude. We're hot boxing the minivan, dude. We got joints passing around, bowls passing. I'm done. Like I'm in the back. I'm cooked. And we drove up to a spot we used to go to all the time. This was actually the first time I'd ever been here. It was like a secret spot, like a spot that was relatively close to where I lived, but it was like you go up this windy mountain road and then it just stops, and then there's just hiking trails on both sides of where you park. It's a really cool spot. I have a couple pictures from like where the view is when you finally make it up the trail, and it's like a really cool view of the whole town, and I'll show you guys on screen what it looks like right here. We pull up to this parking lot. Well, it's not even a parking lot. It's the end of the road, and there's just like, it stops, just like the road stops, and it's like you're in the mountains. I remember thinking to myself, like, I am too baked to go on a hike right now. Like, this is really what we're about to do. I'm just absolutely 9 out of 10 baked. And they assured me like, oh, we're just walking right up the trail, just in the woods a little bit. We're not going too far. And I'm like, all right, that's fine with me, I guess. And remember how I said that he pulled out a bowl and a couple J's? Dude, then he pulls out a bubbler. This was like one of the first times I ever hit a bubbler. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like bubblers, because I am honestly not a huge fan of it. It's almost like a mini bong that you gotta like keep clean all the time. Like you have to like clean it every time you use it. Otherwise it just starts tasting terrible, like you're smoking out of a pond water, like a pond water pipe or something. But I will say, if you keep it really clean, like my buddy did, it's fantastic. I love it, but it's just so much. And I love it. Dude, phase moment. When it's really clean, I absolutely love bubblers, but they're just so high maintenance. Let me know if you like them in the comments. It was so cool. This bubbler had like this intricate wig-wag pattern around all aspects of the pipe. It was just, I wish I could describe it to you in words. This was just so long ago. It was just a beautiful piece of art. This guy was a collector of art, man. All of his pipes came from like this one legendary glass blower in my hometown, and you can still go to like this shop and get some of the stuff. I think I have, hold on. This pendant right here is like a collaboration between the artist and another person. I have a bowl. I think it's back at the apartment where I used to live. Wish I could show you guys. The whole video will get demonetized anyways, probably. Anyways, there's a legendary glass blower that was pretty local, and like he would always go over his house and just like come back with just the most immaculate stuff. And this bubbler was like so beautiful. He packed it to the brim, put keef on top. I'm getting paranoid in the back seat because it's hot box. There's other cars pulling up. We're probably reeking up the scene like we just ran over a couple skunks on the way there. I remember sliding the doors open to the minivan and smoke's coming out the top of the doors, dude. I'm probably stumbling around, my little 15-year-old stoner ass. There's like a little hill that we got to go up to, and then it's just kind of like, you know, woods and a couple different paths. We make it up the hill and we find like a really chill spot in the woods, and he pulls out the bubbler, goes ham, dude. This guy would take the biggest hits. I remember the first time I ever hit a bong, he was there, and it was like this cool like Bob Marley bong, and like he hit it so hard that I think he just like puked a bunch of Skittles up all over the place. Dude, it was disgusting, but I've never seen someone hit a bong for so long. I've never seen it before. This dude almost cleared the whole bowl, barely left any of it for us. But I remember taking a hit off of this bubbler and just getting, I thought that 9 out of 10 that I was in the car brought it to an 11. I was so faded that I just like, the world around me was just like paranoia, and I'm thinking, oh my God, dude, like what if people walk up to us right now? What if hikers come up to us? And then it's year 10. I don't know if it was in my head or what it was, but I heard a police siren way in the distance. And I'm like, dude, is that the cops? Are they coming for us right now? And he looks at me and he's just like, dude, we're in the middle of the woods right now. we're fine. I'll never forget that moment. I started laughing. He started laughing. And I'm like, dude, I'm so paranoid right now. And he's like, dude, you're good. Relax, man. So here's where the story goes south, dude. Here's where the story goes south. So we all just blasted at this point. We are just 10 out of 10. We get back to the car. This dude pulls out another joint, bro. This guy was crazy with the bud, bro. He would always smoke so much. We get back in the car. He's lighting it up, just boxing the van again. If it wasn't boxed enough, there's still reminiscences of smoke in the van as we get in after the 20, 30 minutes we spent up on the mountain. I just can't imagine the feeling of like the first day you get your permit or your license, the first day you're able to legally drive. The number one rule, don't drive with minors, don't drive with other people except your parents, or to get the experience, to get the license. I wish I remembered if it was the permit or the license, but I have my driver's permit right now. Listen, I know. Listen, I'm 26. I need to get my license. Anyways, I'm in the process of getting it. But anyways, just imagine the first day you're able to drive, and you were 2 or 3 joints in, a bowl, a bubbler. You're getting back in the car with a minor in your back seat. I remember her specifically saying like, "Well, listen, this is gonna be a wild ride," and I'm sitting in the back like, oh geez, here we go. And how this strip of road was there wasn't a lot of spots to turn around. So she immediately puts it in reverse and starts backing up. And the moment the van starts to turn a little bit, I just hear this loud like scrape noise all along the side of the back bumper and part of the half of the car. She stops the car and she's just like, oh shit. Because this wasn't even her car, bro. It was her mom's car. She gets out of the car freaking out. She's like inspecting the back. And she gets back in the car and she's like, all right, you could barely see it, but I just scraped the hell out of the bumper. Like, well, we got to figure something out. Like, we got to say something to her. Like, or just, maybe I should just not say anything at all. And I'm sitting in the back like, holy fuck. The story continues from there as well. It gets even better than that. This is, oh my gosh. I was thinking about this story to tell you guys, and I forgot this part. This is going to make this story just a banger. So we managed to make it out of there without damaging the car even further. Oh my gosh. I could make this into a complete separate story, but I'm just going to give you guys a banger vid right now. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoy. So we pull up to a gas station. It was like the local gas station. It was that one of those type of gas stations that the gas is always 20 cents more than every other gas station in the area, but it's in such a location that like you're just forced to get gas if you need it. Like you can't make it outside of town because it's like probably a good 15 minutes away to the next one. It used to be like a really cool hangout spot when I was a kid, but unfortunately I think it was like a mobile gas station. They went out of business, or I think that location just shut down. It got taken over by another one and they revamped the whole place. So they used to have like a bench on the outside. We sit there with Arizonas and just kick it and have a great time. They used to have a drive-through for like bagels and coffee and stuff at a gas station. It was just really unique. So we pull up to this gas station. They were going in to get like cigarettes and a drink or something. And I'm just like, just get me water, please. I'm in the back dying. Like I had cotton mouth, 150% cotton mouth. I was Sahara Desert levels of cotton mouth. And I was so baked. When I was this young and I'd get baked, I didn't want to be in public, dude. My eyes looked like I was having an allergic reaction. Like I looked like I was dying inside. I would be so afraid to look at anybody, let alone go into a convenience store and actually look at someone in the face while I'm buying something. So I'm just like, just give me water, please. So I'm sitting in the back of the van, just like chilling. I was so baked and I was just having a great time. And then I see my dad's truck come into the parking lot. I cannot express the amount of terror, the amount of fear that was running through my bones. The adrenaline was on 1,000,000% because listen, dude, if my dad saw me in the back of this van, he probably thought I was at a friend's house or something. I'd always have, I'd always tell him I'm going to a friend's house. I'm hanging out around town or something. I'm taking the late bus home because that's what I usually do. I'd get baked at this person's house and just take the late bus home like it was, use it as my taxi service. That was, listen, if you're in high school and they don't check bus passes, dude, get on any bus, it's free taxi anywhere around town. But dude, if my dad had seen me in this back seat baked as hell, dude, he would have called the cops. He would have freaked out, man. I'm sitting there like, dude, I'm like, oh shit, I'm putting things over me, dude. I was so paranoid. I'm like, dude, please come out of this gas station. Please just hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I was thinking, oh my God, he's going to recognize him because I'd gotten in trouble and like she was there like on the path across the street from the high school where the cops came and were looking for me because I left school. And so like my dad knew who this person was. So I'm thinking a million thoughts per second, dude. I am freaking out. They finally come out, but I see my dad come out again, and I'm like, dude, don't see me. They get in the car and they're like laughing, having a good time. And I'm like in the back, like, dude, please get out of here as fast as you can. Because my dad's truck was still in there. Because he'd just get a cup of coffee and just like chill in the truck and just like look at his phone or something. And I just remember her face like, oh, dude, we need to get out of here. Because she knew how crazy my dad would be if he had seen me. But then my buddy, the plug, he was just like, man, we got tinted windows in the back. There's no way he's seeing you. Like, just calm down, buddy. I can't even express to you how relieved I was to get out of that gas station parking lot, man. The level of baked was knocked down 5 notches. I was at a 2 out of 10 high, bro. I was so paranoid. On top of, I thought the cops were coming for us in the woods, and then here I am thinking, dude, the cops would have been there. The police station was maybe 1,000 feet away from this gas station. They would have been there, dude. They're sitting there waiting for something like this to happen. On top of it, they didn't like me, so they would hop on any type of situation to get me in trouble. Like, think of the timing. Like, just think of what are the chances that my dad just pulls up, like middle of the day too. Like, what is he doing? Not at work, you know? He was in his normal truck too. He wasn't in the work truck. The amount of circumstances that just lined up at that exact moment, I was so shocked. I was so baked. I couldn't handle it, dude. It was way too much. Let me know if you have any close calls kind of like this in the comments down below. I'm looking forward to reading your guys' comments, man. I try to read as many comments as I can. Once again, check out my company, snazzysesh.com, if you guys are into HHC vapes or gummies. I got a couple new flavors on the way, dude, in the works. I gotta say, these things get me blasted. The last time I got way too much. Like, taking 5 or 6 hits of this thing will make you feel like you're in a movie, man. I remember I was walking around this like really cool like nature trail to get like a promo pic for the website. And I remember I was taking like 5 or 6 hits, just trying to get like, cause you gotta take like 30 pictures and then pick one. Different angles. And I remember I took my camera that day to take, you know, cool nature shots, maybe a couple video for a B-roll cinematic video. And I got so blasted, I forgot to take any more pictures. I was sitting there on autopilot walking around this fucking pond. So I can confirm it gets you blasted. All right, I absolutely can confirm. And there's a lot of positive feedback on my Discord through people that have actually purchased. So huge thank you to everybody who's tried it out, and I'd love to know your opinions in the comments. If you tried it, a review maybe or something, let me know. Discord.gg/xCodeh if you haven't joined already. I'll throw a link in the description to the Discord, and put the Snazzy Sesh link in the pinned comment below. Huge thank you to everybody who's supporting me on Patreon. Your support really helps me out. I'll be honest with you guys, my YouTube stats have been kind of down lately. I'm not exactly sure of what is going on with YouTube. It was like the moment I hit 900,000 subs, my videos just haven't been getting in recommended as much. So that kind of sucks. So the support on Patreon has really been helping me out, especially with all of the bills of like the mortgage, and it's expensive to live in a house, dude. It really is expensive, and it's scary to see YouTube stats in decline. So I really just wanted to share my appreciation for everybody on screen right now for your support. I have now 171 blazing videos that you can watch, a lot of them 30-40 minutes long. So if you guys are interested in that, there's a couple nature vids in there. I got like a GoPro strap, and I got a couple videos where I'm riding my electric bike around and getting baked. There's a lot of fun videos on there, so if you guys are interested in that, I'll also have that in the pinned comment below and in the description. It's just patreon.com/xCodeh. And plus, I have a tier on Patreon that's only $1, and that's all you got to do to get access to all the videos. So thank you for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe for more. Stay high, stay lifted, and stay snazzy. Peace.